And today, when I came and checked the prod model, I lost the production data, right?
Yes, the scenario is correct. So today, not yesterday I have synced. So you can see today,
Morning.
today morning some changes I have synced dev to prod. Uh, then I watched that production data in my prod model, it get lost. So I want
Mm.
my the production data, it was there yesterday's status, but today's status I can't see. So I want to go to my yesterday state and I need to bring. So in this scenario, what should we do? If I restore my
So,
prod, if I restore my prod model to yesterday state, what happens?
if you restore the prod model to yesterday's state,
You
again you
lose
lose the
today's morning
compatibility.
changes.
Same challenge. The same
Yes.
challenge will come. So in that case, what I'm thinking, logically I'm saying, I'm not sure, you can correct me. So in that case, we can restore the dev model also to the previous RT, where whatever it is, right? And then we can also do the same thing. We can try to sync it with the prod model by restoring it to the yesterday's date and get the production data.
Understood, but it doesn't happen. So the thing is, in the prod model, what can we do to restore our model to yesterday state? Simply, you can bring your prod model to standard mode instead of deployed mode. I can bring my prod model in the standard mode. Whenever I bring my prod model in the standard mode, I can restore my model to yesterday state also I can restore. Then yesterday state, wherever I have the data, in that place, whatever the reports I want, production data, I will try to export it yesterday state. Anyway, I have the data. I don't do any structural changes in the yesterday state. When model compatibility will get changed, dev and prod model compatibility, when it get changed means, if I do any structural changes, I don't do any structural changes, just I do whenever I bring my deployed model to standard mode, and then I restore to yesterday state wherever I have the production data, and go to reports and just I export. I don't do any structural changes, just I export the data so that I get that production data in my Excel files. Then I don't do any structural changes, again I restore my model to today's state and I bring my model in the deployed mode. Now what happens? I didn't done any structural changes in my prod model. Even though I bringing in the standard mode, I restore to the yesterday state and I have exported my production data whatever I had yesterday. That data I have imported in my Excel file. Then today present state I lost my production data, but I have in the Excel file. By restoring my model to yesterday state by bringing the model in the standard mode, so I have the Excel file. So that data I will import again in the my present state wherever I need the reports. So these type of things you can do, and you can get the data whatever you have lost from the production model without losing your compatibility. So the thing is, what we need to take care means, whenever you are restoring your model to prod model, even though if you can restore your model to yesterday state or wherever you want, you can restore by bringing your prod model in the standard mode. But unfortunately, if you do any structural changes, what happens? Simply it will get lost compatibility. Whenever you can do, but the thing is you should not do any structural changes. So try to remember this one. In the ALM interview questions we have discussed this one. So try to uh, implement this one by bringing your model like different ways. So even try to restore your prod model by keeping your model in the deployed mode. Try to restore your model to more than today's sync. And if you keep in the deployed mode and if you sync, what happens? And even though if you bring your prod model in that standard mode and restore your model and do some production changes, data changes, not structural changes, and again come deployed mode and check whether that compatibility is there or not. And once you can do what you can test, Restore your model to yesterday's state by bringing the standard mode your prod model, and do one small structural change, create one new list, and then you again come for the testing purpose, so whether it is compatibility is there or not. These type of things we need to check. Are you getting?
Good morning, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, Kalyan.
Yeah. In this scenario, every module after completing the module, we can do one dev model and one test model and one prod model. No.
Yes, yes.
In this scenario, we can use the test model because in the test model also we have everything. All the models are in that. We can restore in the. We can bring the all modules by using test model. Is it possible?
I am saying about the production data. Production data, you have numbers in the production model only. Dev model and test model, you don't have the entire production data. Only for the sample purpose, we keep the few data. ALM fourth scenario, what we discussed. So we keep only, we delete all production items in the dev and test environment, so that model will get reduced. We don't maintain even all list items in the dev and test environments. Okay, so the data whatever you have production
One more
model.
question, sir. If we delete the general list line items, modules also it will change, no?
No, list items will delete, not the list we delete. Give me a minute. Yes.
Afrin,
Yes, yes,
do you understand my question?
yes, sir, yes.
In general list, inside, suppose in general list we have region, no?
Okay,
Region, country, and locations like that, no? Suppose if in the location general list, if we delete some locations,
okay,
how it is possible?
okay. Like, let me ask this to Jilani bhai. Jilani bhai, Jilani bhai, am
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
audible? Like, what
Yes,
she's
yes, tell me.
asking, like, her question is, like, in dev model, when we are creating general
Hmm.
lists, inside general list we are giving like region, country, location, right?
Hmm.
Inside there,
Hmm.
inside that we have given some list item there. Okay,
Hmm.
like when we are pushing that to prod model, that data will be that when we converted that list item as a push into that prod model, but that production in this scenario,
Yeah, obviously, see in dev model only. Even if something has to be marked as production, we only do it in a dev model, and then we'll sync it to the prod model, so that end user will have the access to that list which is marked as production list. See, understand one thing: whatever is marked as production in
Here,
the dev.
if we change mode, if we do like this, then it will go to deploy mode.
Hmm. Then whatever you have here, same thing will be will be reflecting in the the prod model as well, which is deployed now, which you are deploying now. What is your question?
But start telling we delete these items and we will because of the size reduction, we are deleting and we are sending to dev to prod like that. I'm little bit confused. I didn't understand properly.
1 minute. Yes, correct. We delete that items. Production, not every item. Production list items. If I make any production list item, we delete it. So did you practice ALM scenario number 4, Kalyani?
No, sir.
So then you can't understand this one, Kalyani. Sorry.
Okay, sir.
Afridi, what are you doing? I hope I have given lot of time to practice ALM scenarios, and yesterday also I given time to do ALM process. What you have done, Afrid?
yes, yes, sir. Like we have practiced only scenario three till like that we have practiced. Fourth scenario is like that without in space, right? Like changing that RPM or everything.
Yes, in
The
that
third
scenario,
scenario
what
is
we
like
have
what
done? If I have the space issue, what I have done in the fourth scenario?
change the mode. we'll change the mode as a RQ for some
Yes,
time. After that, we'll delete the production data in our dev model so that we'll get some free space. After that,
yes.
we'll restore into then we'll change the mode as a production mode.
Yes, that is what you have to practice, correct, with this everyone, so
Okay,
that you
okay.
it will be easy for everyone.
No,
Otherwise,
uh,
nothing will happen.
no, I think Kalyani's doubt is when we have mark as a production data, that inside data will be not shown to that end user, right? When in production in prod
Yes.
model. So
Simply, if
that
I
data,
make any list as a production in the dev model, then if I make as a copy, that production list item, G3 list items, nothing will goes to dev to prod. Only only structure will goes, that's it. Again
yes,
they need to add g3 items in the prod model. Why means, from dev to prod only we can pull the structural data, production data we can't pull. So that is the main issue. Not main issue, we have the users have the flexibility to upload their production data. Location list again they can upload. So that is the reason product only whatever the structural data we want to pull dev to prod, that only possible. Production data we don't pull, and even though if I want to pull also, it Anaplan doesn't support and it doesn't provide. Why it doesn't support? Means production means users will upload. Why do you require about the production data? In production means end user have the access to upload the data. They can add or delete the items. They can upload that input based data they can upload. So they have data they don't want to show us. So lot of things we have. We are not responsible for the production data, we are responsible for the majorly structural, correct? Yes, whenever they
Okay.
need any structural changes, simply they will come at us and they will ask. So they will ask to do the structural changes, we do the changes in the dev model and we sync to the prod model. So then it works. So we can that changes will move, and whatever the production changes they want, they can do simply. So in this way it works. If I want to sync, and even we have ALM related few more questions we have, and same related we have. And if I have the dev model, one list as a production, one list as a structural I have. Now if I made the reverse, what will be the result? We have done so many times this one again. So we need to do the same thing. This is a very important one. What will be my result? If I have, you can see. So where is your prod models and dev models, Afridi? So if I go to here, Afridi dev and prod model, you can see Afridi prod model, Afridi. So you can see where is, where is your L1 model, Afridi? This is L1 model, fine. And
yes, yes, yes.
where is this prod model? Is this both are compatible?
Yes,
Afri,
yes,
both are compatible.
yes, yes,
Okay, okay, fine. So now what I do? So in the Afridi model, what I do some changes. I keep one list as a structural and one list as a production, and then I try to sync. And what happens by doing the different things here? How it behaves, try to remember this one, understand and implement these things. Even in interview point of view, this one also so many times we expected, we have faced this question. So I have
Ashik
here
bhai,
is, yes,
actually, I have created here few of models for practice. Someone look at it will be affect or what?
nothing
I have
will
created
affect.
few models.
No, no, no
Okay,
issue.
okay, done, okay,
You can
okay,
see
okay.
G2 country is the production list, G3 location is, these are the production list, fine. So you can see how many items I have, almost everything I have here. So I open this one in the prod model. Same thing I will try to open in the prod model. So which one is a compatible? Is this compatible? Structure should be how same. So you can see. So this is not compatible. You can see it is even not production. We marked as a production there. I want to see one more Afridi prod model. Where is your one more prod model? Is this compatible anything with that model?
No, no, sir. No, one
Yes.
more update prod is there, sir. One more prod is there.
Which one?
Scroll down.
Yes, already scroll down. This one is a not compatible.
Yes, yes. Like only update will be there. Actually, I created multiple times here.
Of the
The first
then this test
one,
model I hope will check. Test
yes, first one,
model.
sir. Like up is there, the first one. Okay, okay.
This one Afridi L1 and Afridi test will check is this two are compatible I hope. These are also not marked as a production data. We have marked here. So we'll see. I hope here
The
will
first one it was
which one you are saying?
uh, first one, sir.
This one
The
L1.
L1 update. Yes, yes.
Okay. This is also okay. I will check. Then you are saying these are the compatible. I will try to do create something here apart from this one. So I want to make this list as a production. You can see how it works, and I keep other lists. So what are the other list I have? Which are the structural list? So try to employee list also structural, and this is the one list I am making. I don't want to make this much big. So you can see I want to make this one as a production. So product family, and this one production list I want to make as a production. You can see how many items I have. 4 items I have. You can see P2 products I have opened, and P1 product family if I open 4 items we have, and here how many items we have in the prod model. Here you can see 4 items I have. So nothing I have here. P1 product family. So why means already earlier we made like some different these type of things. That is the reason it is get lost. I hope you can't see anything. So I will make I simply what I do. You can see here. Is there any production list configuration? Not. I don't have. Still you can see here. Now what I do. I remove this one for the production family. Product family I will remove. So I want to keep department as a production here. So here what happened in the test environment, in the here in the L1 how many items you have. So here also you don't have any items, so nothing you have. So simply what I do, I will create one module. I copy this module simply, not it will not make sense. So what I do simply, I copy the model, new prod model. So I don't want to do anything here. So new prod model I have created, copied it. So where is your model? Afridi L1 model is your model. So I made copy of this one. You can see now. Yes, everything is fine. So now you have the items and everything here. So now what I do, so I remove this one. You can see I remove here also. I remove all these things and later I will do. As of now I remove everything, uncheck. Structurally these are both are same now. You can see, yes, now these both are same now. I keep this new prod model in the deployed mode. New prod model I will keep in the deployed mode. So now I go to dev model, and you can see this is, earlier it is the structural data, we know very well. So now also you can see here structural data. Here we see this is the structural data. We have all locations we have here. You can see we can see all locations here 43. Now what I do, simply I make this G3 location as a, not G3, it is very lengthy. G2 country I will make as a production. So I want to see, compare the G2. Here we have all G2 countries in my prod model. Model is very slow. I hope we have very less space in our model, I hope. So you can see all the countries you can see in the prod model. Model is very slow here. So it is, you can see if it is slow, what is mean by it? Yes.
Storage.
Space,
So
size is
size, not size, if it is slow, performance issue. Even if it is size also means, in the workspace if you have very less size, so then also it is taking time to open. So it is scrolling means performance issue, we can say, or server issue sometime we face in Anaplan. So these things we need to take care. Yes, it is taking too long.
prod mode, deploy mode are same.
We don't have prod mode. Prod model we keep in the deployed mode. Development model we keep in the standard mode. We don't have development mode. We have the standard, deployed, locked and archived.
Locked and RQ, 4
Yeah.
model.
Only 4 modes we have. Standard dev model we keep in the standard mode, and prod model we keep in the deployed mode. We don't have the dev and prod modes. These are the environments.
Test also standard mode.
Test also we keep deployed mode, not standard. Deployed mode. Why we keep test environment deployed mode? What is justification, Afridi? Why can't I keep in the standard mode test environment?
For end user purpose.
Testing as a like prod model. So we are testing that one before sending to, before giving to the end user. We are testing like a production model like that.
Yes.
For
So
testing
actually,
purpose, we are keeping that.
what is my intention here? I want to sync something in the prod model. It is there in the deployed mode. So before syncing the prod model, I want to test in the test environment. So whenever I am testing, which environment should be there? I want to pull in the prod environment which is in the deployed mode. Then I need to test with the model which is there in the deployed mode is correct, or I need to keep my model in the standard mode and I need to test, and then if I sync my model which is there in the deployed, which is the correct.
Deployed mode is
Deployed.
Why means, so where I want to pull my, what is my final target? My target is prod model. It is there in the deployed mode. Then I need to test. So which something how it is, if you want buy any product or something. So how it works means, so what you want to, what product you want buy, that one only you need to like trial, or you need to check how it is working. Otherwise what happens, simply if you are buying some other product and you are testing with the other product, does it make sense?
no.
So in same way, so if whatever the product you are buying, you need to trial with that product only, correct? So if you are trial with a different product and if you are buying different product, means what is the use of trial?
Oh, yes.
So why my target is pull to data dev to prod. Then before my prod model is in that deployed mode. So that is the reason we need to do that one. So what is the issue I am facing? Give me a minute. Why it is loading? Yes. So if I have, actually I hope server is, we have some issue. We have server issue, I hope. So I hope we have server issue. So the thing is, what is our intention here? So whenever I make any structural list as a production, if I sync, what happens in this scenario? What will be the issue? What happens?
If server issue, the it won't sync, I think.
No, no, no. That is fine. What I am saying, I am not trying to sync. What happens? I am saying, if I have the like list as a production, I am making just now. I made list as a production. If I sync, what happens in this scenario? If I sync dev to prod, what happened? What will be my result? I make list as a production, correct? Then what will be?
In prod model, that list will become a production data. So our end user can able to edit or add, delete like that. End user can able to do. No, not production data. Just on like a structural data, they don't have option to edit like that.
So if I make list as a production, so that data I can't see in the prod model, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So it is get open. Give me a minute. Yes. So it opened. Give me a minute. I will show how these things works. How my list is, if I already have made list as a, still it is, how much space do we have here? Just how much space do we have here, Afridi? Oh, Afridi, this is my new model, dev model, and this is my prod model. So new prod model, you can see. So now you can see what are the things I am trying to do here. Two things I do. My structure list I make production list. You can see. So my structure list I made as a production. Now one more list also I made production here. P1 product family also I make the production here. So these two lists I made as a production. So these four lists become the production here. We'll focus on the G2 content P1 product family. So in the deployed mode, what happens? You have all these items. These are the structure list as of now. So now I made as a production in the, you can see everything you have, G2 countries you have. Check one thing first. So then what I do, I make list as a production and I am creating revision tag. So what is my intention? So simply made production list. So simply I am creating revision tag. You can see, save it. Then what I do, I go to my prod model. Where is my prod model? New prod model. I go here and I click on compare and sync. You can see, select source target, you can see. So new Afridi model, fine. Click on next. Then click on again next. You can see 4 list you have modified. You can here keep your model in the offline and confirm synchronization. The source of the target model incompatible with the source of the model. Model structure may have been changed by the another administrator since last revision tag was added. Select the alternative source model to yes. So you have lost the synchronization because of doing some changes here. So what should I do then? Just create one more model simply. So something we have done changes. That is the reason it is compatible get lost. Simply it shows error like this. If something is structure, if we change. So simply what should we do? After copying the model, I should not do any changes in this model. I need to keep immediately this model in which mode I need to keep deployed mode,
Deployed.
to not allowed to do any structural changes. Now it will be fine. So now you can see. So this is my, I will open again my dev model, after the dev model I will open. So this is our dev model, and here what I do. So in the dev model you can see these are the production list. Now here also I made as a production list. You can see already it is production list.
Yes, yes.
You have production list. Now you can see. Now what I do, so this leave this list, I do this department list as a production now. Leave for the already that are the list. These list you have, data you have, correct? So country list we made as a production, already it is there production. I want to make country as a structural. You can see structural, I made country as a structural data here. And you can see here what I do, department I made as a production now. One list I made as a structural, you can see country list I made as a structural, and I delete US item here. So I delete US item, only US item I want to delete. So even I want to delete entire all items. I don't want to keep any items. So you can see I deleted all items. For sample purpose I want to keep one item. So here you can see even parents also you don't have here. So simply I so regions also get, I have deleted, that is the reason it is not showing. So anyway I don't want anything. Now I want to sync this one. So I want to sync this one, already I have G2 country data and everything I have here. I have here data and I removed here data from the country list, and department I made as a production list. Instead of structural list I made as a production now. So now you can see what happened. Whenever I sync to dev to prod, what happens? We can see here. So test. Now I want to go my new prod model and I want to click on the compare and sync. You can see so you can, we have made 4 list we are trying to update here. Now you can see it is getting syncing. Earlier why? Because of some, before after making the copying we made something changes, we made like removed some production and we have done. So now what will be the result in my, here I want to refresh this model. Why I have lost G2 countries, and you can see what happens to my even departments. Do I have any? You can see you have the departments. So why I have departments here? What is the reason? Only structure. What happened here? Whenever I am syncing, whenever I made list as a production list, here whenever I made list as a production even department, so what happens? So whatever, nothing will impacted here, nothing is impacted here. And whenever I make a whenever I synced, I have deleted this G2 country items. What happens? It is impacted. Why it is impacted? It is the structural items, correct? So these are the production items. Now what I do, so now again in the production items I delete few items here. Few items I want to delete, as it is production, nothing will happen, I can delete it. I have deleted production items. Now again in the here in the dev model I have 5 items. I want to sync with the some dummy list. I need to create a revision tag. So that is the reason if I don't create anything, if I try to create the revision tag, it doesn't get, I can't create. I don't get any option. Why I am getting, I have done try to create some list, correct? So even if I don't do any structural changes, it doesn't allow me to do create any revision tag. So simply I am creating revision tag test2. I need to do some structural changes, then only it allows to create the revision tag. So here you can see workspace administrator already tagged this model to revision. So already revision is completed. So simply we need to do some structural changes. You can see, now you can see. Are you able to see anything?
No.
Yes. Why it is not allowing me?
We didn't do any changes here. That's
I
why.
didn't do any structural changes. So earlier actually we don't do any changes, but it because of not refreshed, that is the reason it has taken. But whenever until and unless doing any changes, it doesn't take generally. So now I have created some such list, I have created which is structural list, then it allows me to create the revision tag. So this is also one important point. So we didn't done the refresh, correct? So that is the reason it has taken. Actually we didn't done any changes. Now you can see it is allowing me to create the revision tag. Now what I have done, I have deleted 2 items here. So these did we delete here? From where we have, you have 5 items here. It is the production list. In the production environment I have the 3 items. Now what I do,
Yes.
in dev model I have 5 items. I am trying to sync from dev to prod. What happened we can see. Now you can understand. Compare and sync. Dev model 5 items, prod model 3 items. That are the production items. Now you can see. Now it is synced, list is synced. I go to my prod model, I will check. I will refresh and I will check. Only I have the 3 items only. What is the reason? Even though if I have the dev model 5 items, in the prod model only I have the 3 items. What is the issue? Why that 5 items are not? Yes. Why it is not syncing? 5 items I have in the dev model, but it is not syncing. What is the reason? Afridi and Jilani Kalyani.
Yeah, which we marked as a production data there, right?
Yes, we marked as a production, it doesn't impact. Now what I do, I remove that one as a production, and now I keep as a structural. Now I keep department as a structural. Now you can see department I made as a structural, and now I create the revision tag. Just send message as a rejoin. Yes. So here you can see I am creating revision tag test 3. I marked as a list as a structural now. Department list I made as a structural, and I have created the revision tag, and I am going to my prod model and trying to sync. So in prod model, how many items we had earlier? How many items? We have 3 items.
Three.
So in the dev model, you have 5 items. Now I am syncing. You can see. Now I want to sync. So now you can see. Now you can see, now you have 3 only. After refreshing, how many items I have? Whenever I have list as a production, everything is a blue color. Blue color means editable. Here G2 we don't have any items here. So earlier before doing syncing, so it was a editable. Now after syncing, everything is a gray color. You have the 5 items. Now again I want to one more time I want to compare. So G3 E1 department, you can see I want to delete 3 items. Sales, production, these 2 items I want to delete. I want to keep only 3 items in the dev model. You can see editable everything. I want to make list as a production. So whenever I make list as a production, if I think what happened, items moved from dev to prod, correct? Is it moved or not? Whenever list as a
Yes, yes,
structural,
yes.
it
Yes.
moved.
Yes.
100% it moved. Now I am making list as a production. I have 3 items here, but here in the prod model I have 5 items. I want to sync. So what happens now? Does changes moves or not moves? Why it
Yes,
moves? I am making as a production list, correct? Production data, does it moves from dev
yes.
to prod?
No, no, no.
No, it doesn't move. 100% it doesn't move. So simply go again. I will check once again. So compare and sync. You can see dev model I have 5 items, 3 items. In test model I have, prod model I have 5 items. Now I want to check. Now sync. I made list as a production, correct? So now you can see 5 items I have. After you can see gray color. It is a structural earlier. Whenever I am doing refresh, how many items I have? Yes,
I,
5 items only I have. So why 2 items are not reduced here? I have dev model 3 only, correct? Why it is not reduced 2 items?
yes, structural data.
So it is a production data, not structural. Production data we can't move from dev to prod, and even though if I have the production model more items, it doesn't affect. So I have only 3 items. Why I have here 5 items mean, even though if I have the 0 items also, nothing will happen. Even though in the department if I have 0 items, so, but whatever the items you have in the prod model, that one only fixed. Production items means production data will be constant in the production model. You do dev model, whatever the production items you add or delete, it doesn't affect. But if I do the reverse, what happening? Any production list, if I make a structural list, what happens? That changes will move from dev to prod, correct? Whenever I am making a list as a structural, this even department, if I think what happening, the structural changes are moving to dev to prod, correct? So this one we need to remember. So what is the result here? how these things are affecting, I want to know from everyone. Yes, Jilani, can you explain how these things are behaving? Yes.
Yes, yes. What, Asif?
Yes, how these things are behaving, can you explain these scenarios? If I list my list make as a production to non-production, what happening, and how it is working?
Actually, no, whenever we are making a list which is a structural list and then making it as a production data, right? And then moving moving those changes to the prod model. What happens is that whatever the list that we have marked as production data and the end user, the prod model, they will have access to that and they can go ahead to make the changes to that production data, whichever we have marked as a production data. That is one point number one. And uh, whatever, like just now we did, right? Countries, locations, departments were marked as production and then created a revision tag and then synced with the prod model. So what happened? All the changes that we have done, it moved to the production data and it got changed as a production data where end user have the option to edit it, which was showing in blue color, right? That is one thing. And once I have done the production data and moved it, again if I am moving, if I am making that, removing that production data and trying to sync it with the prod model, right? So what happens here is that existing production data, whatever is there, right? So if I mark this as star, like again remove the production data for location and department and make it as a structural data and try to sync it with the prod model, the end user, right? The prod model, this will become as a structural data. Again, end user will lose the access to the existing one which we have marked as product, and later we have changed that as a structural data. That is another
Yes.
thing.
So where end user is getting losing, which scenario?
When we are scenario like not number, right? So when we are see, existing list is actually production list,
Yes.
and later actually again we mark it as a structural.
Structural.
We
Yes.
remove the production structure.
Yes.
We remove the production mark and
Yes.
make it as a structural, and then we are syncing it with the
Sync.
prod model. Then
Yes.
at that time the end user will lose.
Loss data will loss. Why means it behaves as structural, and whatever the items I have, one or two items in the dev model, that one only will see in the prod model. And in the prod model, if I have the lot of things, I lost everything. But if I do the reverse, if some list is a structural, but if I make as a production, and end user will not lose anything. Why means if I make list as a production, so it doesn't move anything from dev to prod. As a it will behave only production. If I have already prod model 10 items or 20 items, it will be there as it is. From dev to prod, it doesn't move anything. It behave like a dummy. It behaves as a dummy. Nothing will move from to dev to prod whenever list as a make production. But if it is reverse, if I make structure any production list as a structural, if I sync 100% whatever the dev items I have, it moves to the prod. If I have dev items only one item, in the prod I have 10 items, I don't see 10 items later whenever I am making production list as a structural list. So this one we need to understand. Is it clear, Afridi and Kalyani?
Yes, yes, sir. So in deployed mode, whenever we change that production into structural, then we lost the data, right?
Yes. In not deployed
Okay,
mode, you
okay.
in deployed mode, how you made production as a structural? You can't do anything, correct? In dev model only will do.
Sorry. In dev, yes, yes, yes. In dev model.
Yes. So
Yes,
this
okay,
one you
okay,
need to remember and implement these things. And whenever I am asking to
okay.
practice Afridi, don't
Yes,
only
yes.
theoretically discuss. I am saying you to practically you
Okay,
need to implement. Correct? So we are
okay, okay.
whatever as we have